Good morning, students. This is your Sita ma'am again in front of you with new chapter 16 from class 6, the Gupta Empire. This is the second part. This is a second part, that means a half yearly portion. After the half yearly portion, this is the second part, but for the annual portion, this is the first part after the lockdown period. Now, the Gupta Empire was started, but before that, we had Kushans. The Kushan ruler, the last Kushan ruler was the most powerful ruler was Vasudev. Here, the most powerful ruler was Vasudev. After the Kushan rulers, there were no large empire in India, but after that only large empire that emerged was the Gupta Empire. Okay, and the Sri Gupta was the founder of this empire, that is 275 75 CE, and his son Ghatotkacha ruled from 280 to 319 CE. Usually these two are known, this Sri Gupta is known as the founder of the Gupta Empire. To remember that, there's a very simple trick. Sri Gupta yani Sri Ganesh. If you say Sri Ganesh, Sri Gupta, na Sri Ganesh, G for Ganesh, G for Gupta. So Sri Gupta was the founder of this empire. Now there's always, I tell you, two people are always remembered in the in the life. One who is always famous, second who is famous, one famous for good deeds and the other famous for wrong deeds. Only two people are remembered in the life of anybody. So here, children, in the history portion, whenever you see a ruler's name, important ruler's name, obviously he is remembered for his good deeds. So important ruler among this was Chandragupta I, and his father was Ghatotkacha. These two, here see Ghatotkacha was also succeeded, here also Ghatotkacha. And the Chandragupta I was the important ruler, and he was named as Maharaj Dhiraj. Maharaj Dhiraj means Rajaon ka Raja, Maharaj, Bade Raja. Okay, and he was ruled over here from 219 CE to 335 CE, and usually he is one of the first most important ruler. First most means important in the sense of work. Okay, he has done some remarkable work, so he is important ruler of the dynasty, and he has expanded the Gupta Empire to a large extent from North India. That's why he is known as Maharaj Dhiraj. Okay, see this Gupta Empire. See, you can see the large. See this red here portion. This is all Gupta Empire, my dear students. You can see it, the whole portion, all this. Okay, this is all Gupta Empire, and this Gupta Empire was ruled and started by Sri Gupta. Now, after Chandragupta I, there was his son succeeded by the next powerful ruler, that is Samudragupta. And this all information of Gupta Empire we get in three things. That is what? First is the period of inscriptions from Ashoka's pillar at Allahabad. Then is Iran edicts, and then the third one is the coins of Samudragupta. These three are the evidences of the rulers of Gupta Empire, especially the Samudragupta. And Samudragupta is also considered as one of the most important ruler, and has a big long military campaign in the north, east and south of India, which established his sovereignty, but not his direct sovereignty. Means, see here, I'll tell you with the help of this. He had an impact on this region. Can you see these arrow? Okay, he was not ruling over here, but he had a great impact. His rule was indirectly confirmed to this region, so that's what he is known as sovereignty. And especially we can get all this information in the of Samudragupta by a prasasti of, see here, prasasti by Port Hari Sen during his court. Hari Sen was a poet. He has written a lot of information about Samudragupta, and Samudragupta, because of all this, he is known as Napoleon of India. That means he not only ruled his own part, but he ruled the other part of India where he was not a ruler. See, this is what here I mean, that Samudragupta ruled indirectly. See this portion, he was indirectly ruling over all this region, so he is known as Napoleon of India. Okay, now coming to Chandragupta II. Chandragupta II was the son of Samudragupta, okay, and was succeeded in 375 CE. According to his, he is the inscription, according to inscriptions of iron pillar at Mehroli near Qutub Minar. If you go to Qutub Minar, beta, you can see this iron pillar, okay, near Qutub Minar, okay, and it is in the Qutub Minar building itself only, okay. You will see in the entrance one pillar that is known as Qutub iron pillar of Mehroli, and he has assumed the title of Vikramaditya, and many of the inscriptions tells that that Chandragupta II was also one of the great victorious king, and he was a great warrior. Always a king is remembered for his warriorship and warrior quality and able administration. He was a great patron of learning, and many scholars like poets and all artists came up in his court, especially he had 9 gems, which is Kalidas, renowned poet of his court, okay. And Chandragupta II is also known as, given the title of the he has got the title of Vikramaditya, okay. So all the three important rulers got the title. First one is Chandragupta I, that got the title of Maharaj Dhiraj, okay. First Maharaj aate hain, then comes Napoleon, then comes Vikramaditya. So in this way, all the important rulers of Chandragupta of Gupta dynasty got the title. Now coming to administration part, the king was powerful but assumed the welfare and happiness of the people. This is always, I told you, is important point of administration. King is always the head of the state, and he is always powerful. He ensured the welfare and happiness of his people. That's why king is always considered as important. He has a council of ministers, that is Mantri, Sachiv, Samid, Virag, Sme, Mahasenapati, etc. He advised and assisted him, but the kingdom had no bound to accept his advice. Always the king is given advice, but the king is not always bound to accept the advices. And see here, the empire is divided into province, then that is known as bhaktis or bhuktis or Desa, and they were governed by Upkarika, Maharaj and or Bhogpati. I mean, every Bhukti had a Upkarika always. या तो उनको उपकारिका बोलते थे, या महाराज बोलते थे, या भोजपति बोलते थे. मैं इसको बहुत अच्छे से समझाऊंगी कि देखिए, हमारे पूरे स्कूल में अगर आप ध्यान से देंगे, सपोज हमारे स्कूल में 2000 बच्चे हैं, तो उन 2000 बच्चों को हम कैसे कंट्रोल करते हैं. ऑब्वियसली हम बच्चों को क्लास वाइज अरेंज करते हैं, एज वाइज क्लास में डालते हैं, फिर क्लास वाइज सेक्शंस होते हैं, है ना, ए सेक्शन, बी सेक्शन, फिर उसके बाद उनको हम डालते हैं बैठाते रो वाइज, फिर रो वाइज बैठाकर बॉयज़ एंड गर्ल्स अलग अलग कर देते हैं. इस तरह से पूरी स्कूल डिवाइड होती है. उसी तरह इनका पूरा राज्य डिवाइड होता है भुक्तीज में. भुक्ति यानी कि एक स्टेट, एंड हर स्टेट का जैसे एक चीफ मिनिस्टर होता है, उसी तरह उनका उपकारिका या महाराज या भोजपति होते थे. फिर उनके भोजपति को फिर प्रोविंस, यानी कि जैसे डिस्ट्रिक्ट होता था वैसे एक प्रोविंस होता था, जिस प्रोविंस में एक वैश्यज होते थे, यानी कि एक हेड ऑफ द स्टेट, यानी कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर टाइप या डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट टाइप के हेड होते थे. उसके बाद गांव के सेनापति या सरपंच होते थे, जो उनको पूरे गांव को संभालते थे. इस तरह से एक पूरा राज्य संभाला जाता था. और आज भी हमारे इंडिया में वैसे ही है कि पूरा इंडिया स्टेट्स में डिवाइड्स हैं, ओके. स्टेट्स के बाद हम किस में डिवाइड करते हैं, हम लोग उसको डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में डिवाइड करते हैं. डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स स्टेट को डिवाइड करते चीफ मिनिस्टर गवर्नर फॉलो रहते हैं। डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में कलेक्टर मेयर संभालते हैं। फिर उसके बाद आता है गांव में हेड ऑफ द विलेज, दैट इज़ सरपंच या विलेज पंचायत के जो हेड सेक्रेटरी है। ब्लॉक के बाद गांव के पंचायत। इस तरह से पूरे हमारे इंडिया को ऐसे ही सिस्टम में डिवाइड किया गया है और हमने ये जानकारी या हमने यह सिस्टम इन हिस्ट्रियों से ही ली है। ओके, सो इस तरह से हमारी पूरी ये संभाली जाती थी और तब और आज भी। सो ये आपको मैं यहाँ तक बता दी हूँ। और उसके बाद आता है हमारा सोशल कंडीशन। सोशल कंडीशन भी वही है जी। राजा जब बहुत अच्छा एबल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर होता है और काबिल होता है तो ऑब्वियसली द पीपल हैड अ पावरफुल हैप्पी एंड पावरफुल लाइफ। और जॉइंट फैमिली को बहुत तवज्जो दिया जाता था, क्योंकि जॉइंट फैमिली तो अभी तक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट मानी जाती है सोसाइटी में। अब जाके सोसाइटी में जॉइंट फैमिली थोड़ा हट गया, न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज आ गई हैं। कंडीशन ऑफ वुमेन वॉज नॉट सो बैड, थोड़ी कंडीशन अच्छी थी। बट आफ्टर द गुप्ता पीरियड कंडीशन बिकेम वर्स एंड लेटर ऑन चाइल्ड मैरिज स्टार्टेड एंड एजुकेशन वॉज लिमिटेड टू अपर क्लास ओनली। ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स आफ्टर गुप्ता पीरियड, लेटर वैदिक पीरियड जो बोलते हैं, उसमें आई। एंड सेलिब्रेशंस ऑफ फेस्टिवल्स होते थे एंड एनिमल फाइट होता था उसमें ज़्यादातर। एंड चीफ सोर्स ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट में यही था, क्योंकि उस ज़माने में टीवी वगैरह नहीं थी, क्योंकि कोई एंटरटेनमेंट नहीं था। इस तरह से गुप्ता एम्पायर एक अच्छे सोशल कंडीशन के लिए जाना जाता था। अब आता है बेटा सेकंड पार्ट, मैं यहाँ से आपको सेकंड वीडियो में सेंड करूँगी। थैंक यू, टेक केयर।